But the size, you know, when I came to boxing gym and my coach told me that one of the rules it's like respect the weight classes, you know. You should respect weight classes. But he has a very good skill. He's one of my favorite fighters, active fighters.
That's not easy for Crawford. I mean, it's Canelo has the big advantage, but Crawford needs to manage well his body, his speed, and his power, because he's moving up to another level of weight.
Canelo, after training with Crawford, he knew what was coming. Canelo ruled 168 like a king. But now he's facing a version of Terence Crawford built by the man who already beat him. Forget raw power, this is strategic. Terence Crawford isn't trying to outmuscle Canelo, about to flip him. And if you think that sounds crazy, Terence Crawford, it's Dmitry Bivol says it.
I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out, from Kirkland to Amir Khan to...
It starts in the mind. Before the first punch, before the first bell, without mental steel. Fighters Terence Crawford, and that wasn't just a quote, it was a calculated shot at Canelo, whose recent opponent seemed to fold under his aura more than his fists. But Crawford, he's cut different. He thrives in the chaos, sharpens up when the lights burn.
I'm not going in there looking to knock Canelo out. Could it happen? Yes, absolutely. You know, when I look at Canelo, he's a smaller, bigger guy moving up in divisions. You know, being that these big guys are slower, so they might catch him with something, but he might see it at the last moment.
Burn brightest, that's why Bivol, only man to beat, believes just have a chance. He has formula. With elite level preparation and psychological warfare, Terence Crawford heat. Then flip it using unpredictability, foot feints, and sudden pace shifts to wear Canelo down round by round. This isn't about brute strength, it's about breaking.
It's you and Canelo. What would it look like?
Come on, man. I know what I do. I ain't got to talk about it on the streets. I'm me against anybody. I ain't never gonna say another man gonna whoop me. So, you know what I mean? That's your answer right there.
I guess in Guadalajara, you think it'd be a little different on the streets if Terence came to town?
I think every city, every place is different, no? It's different. But we don't talking about the streets. We're talking about
rhythm, bending will, and exposing a champion who's gotten comfortable in his throne. Canelo's recent wins tell a deeper story, one his critics aren't buying. He dismantled not through pure technical brilliance, but because Charlo fought like a man who didn't belong in the fire. Callum Smith, different name. Dominance, yes, but over fighters who never pushed him into deep waters, and that's exactly why voices like Tool are raising eyebrows.
Only running that I'm gonna be doing is running upside his head, and I can assure you that. Fast. And he got a big head too.
To him. These wins don't confirm Terence Crawford, they expose the soft underbelly of a division lacking killers. And now steps in a man who's mentally unraveled, no matter how wild the storm, when inconsistent. It's not just critique, it's a direct hit to the myth of invincibility. And here's the twist, Bivol isn't just talking, he's giving Crawford the data, the mental edge to tear down the narrative of Canelo's brilliance piece by piece. Crawford knows the odds and he's embracing every bit of the underdog smoke. And that
ring is standard size. I think Bud beats his ass all around the ring for 12 rounds. If Canelo want to come forward and get the whooping, that's what he's going to get. But that's the thing. In that last Skull fight, he didn't want to take the fight to Skull. So if Canelo don't come to fight, I don't want to see Crawford stand in the middle of the ring and take that type of risk. Because Crawford, he talk about retirement, but he can still go on after this. So he ain't got to take that punishment. He can run it back with him. I don't want Crawford forced into a dog fight with Canelo. No, I think he going to whoop his ass off.
Right there might be the most dangerous thing for Canelo. Crawford isn't trying to fake size, and he's not claiming Canelo hasn't felt heavier hands. What he's saying, power means nothing without Timmings not coming to walk Canelo down like Bivol did. He's coming to. Crawford is a master of mid-fight adaptation. He doesn't waste punches. He doesn't chase knockouts. He sets traps like a technician, then detonates with surgical precision.
If you beat Terence Crawford in this fight, or is it on the line the greatest champion in the history of Mexico?
Is that on the line in this fight?
I don't know. Let's see when I retire where I'm gonna be in the list, but for sure I will be.
It's not brute for Sid's boxing IQ, and with Bivol now in his ear, this isn't just instinct, it's informed warfare. He's learning the same methods that made Canelo look human for the first time. In nearly a decade, Crawford's mindset: calm, calculated, cold-blooded, and if that mindset holds, it might mean more than height, reach, or raw muscle ever could. Crawford isn't walking into this fight expecting it to be easy. He's walking in prepared for war. He's already said it. Asterisk, he's going to have to take some shots. That's not bravado, that's cold strategy. Crawford knows Canelo won't fold from a single.
I think the KO bonus is because it's like how much money is going to entice Crawford to take this chance?
I don't think any money is going to entice Crawford to take this chance. I think Crawford's going to stick to a game plan and just beat him. Canelo, I think, has to win by knockout anyway. I think Crawford doesn't care whether he wins by knockout or decision. Question is, can Crawford get a decision? At this point, he probably can. You know, there's nobody really. I think Canelo's popularity is kind of waning anyway. So, I mean, I don't think Crawford's going to put himself out there just to get a KO bonus. I think Crawford's going to stick to a game plan. He's very, very disciplined. It's in his demeanor to stay disciplined and be disciplined. I think that's what the way he's gonna fight.
Clean hit. And he's not banking on a one-punch knockout. No. He's looking to break Canelo down piece by piece, round by round. Emotionally, physically, and mentally. And when Crawford said, he's got to take my punches too, it wasn't just a throwaway line, it was an asterisk warning, a statement of intent. He's reminding the world that Canelo is no longer the only power.
He hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire. It's in his mind. It's in his makeup, where he came from. I know.
Player in the ring, Crawford might not carry heavyweight power, but what he lacks in raw muscle, he makes up for with asterisk surgical precision, sniper timing, asterisk, and a vicious mean streak. He's not here to just survive, he's here to finish. And when he smells blood, history tells us he doesn't miss. Canelo has faced punchers before, but this isn't just a puncher.
And he still got that kind of steam, but, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford had, all of the components that Canelo had, and how we fight.
This is a technician with the killer instinct of a street fighter. This is the pound-for-pound king coming to test greatness against legacy. This isn't about weight classes anymore, it's about pride, skill, and whose mind breaks first under pressure. This is one of those rare moments in boxing history where styles, stories, and stakes collide, and when the bell rings, everything is on the line. Crawford is
You still favoring Crawford in the fight, or has your opinion changed?
I mean, I've always favoured Canelo in the fight.
Well, I've heard that you want Canelo to win, but you feel
course. Yeah, I like Terence. I think I've worked a lot with Canelo, and I think just because of what I saw in Riyadh and because of the threat
coming for the crown, not just the belt. So what do you think? Fight fans, does Crawford pull off the upset and shock the world again, or does Canelo remind everyone why he runs 168? Drop your predictions in the comments. Smash that like button if you're ready for war, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest.
Now, what the media is reporting, and it's circulating, is that Canelo Crawford is the biggest fight of the decade. I mean, to a purist and a fighter, it's laughable. Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov.
On this explosive showdown, this is more than just a fight, it's a moment in boxing history, and you're part of it, like a king. But now he's facing a version of Terence Crawford built by the man who already beat him. Forget raw power, this is strategic. Terence Crawford isn't trying to out-muscle Canelo, about to flip him. And if you think that sounds crazy, Terence Crawford, it's Dmitry Bivol says it starts in the mind. Before the first punch, before the first bell.
Canelo couldn't knock out Charlo. Or you really think that he's gonna knock out Crawford? I would pick Terence Crawford to beat a Canelo Alvarez, even at 168. Everybody can call me crazy and whatever you want to say. I get it. Y'all didn't believe me when I told you about Spence, but trust me, Crawford will figure out a way.
I know a secret y'all don't know, and I ain't gonna tell you why I would pick Terence Crawford, but it's part of the secret is the reason why I'm picking.
Without mental steel, fighters Terence Crawford, and that wasn't just a quote, it was a calculated shot at Canelo, whose recent opponent seemed to fold under his aura more than his fists. But Crawford, he's cut different. He thrives in the chaos, sharpens up when the lights burn brightest. That's why Bivol, the only man to beat, believes just.
I've always said this is going to be a massive fight. Regardless of what the haters want to say or whatnot, this was going to be massive. But I feel like yesterday, after that press conference, I feel like now we universally agree that this is a mega fight. That Canelo versus Bud Crawford is going to be one of the biggest fights of this decade. This is not just a fight that boxing fans will be excited for. This has now become a fight that the boxing fans and the casual fans
have a chance. He has formula. With elite level preparation and psychological warfare, Terence Crawford heat. Then flip it using unpredictability, foot finds, and sudden pace shifts to wear Canelo down round by round. This isn't about brute strength, it's about breaking rhythm, bending will, and exposing a champion who's gotten comfortable in his throne. Canelo's recent win.
Who you like in this fight?
Canelo.
Why? Because Bud had to move up 3 classes?
Yes. And in the history of boxing, I've never seen anybody move up 2 classes and be successful.
Well, Roy did.
I mean, but not in one jump, not in one leap.
Right, you're right.
It was here,
right.
Light, heavyweight, fight a few fights,
right.
Okay, heavyweight. We talking about he just fought 147 one fight ago.
Right.
And then you gonna fight at 168?
Yeah. Did he fight his
wins? Tell a deeper story one his critics aren't buying. He dismantled not through pure technical brilliance, but because Charlo fought like a man who didn't belong in the fire. Callum Smith, different name. Dominance, yes, but over fighters who never pushed him into deep waters, and that's exactly why voices like Tool are raising eyebrows. To him, these wins don't confirm Terence Crawford, they expose the soft underbelly of a division lacking killers. And now steps in a man who's mentally unraveled, no matter how wild the storm. When inconsistent, it's not just critique, it's a direct hit to the myth of invincibility. And here's the twist, Bivol isn't just talking, he's giving Crawford the data, the mental edge to tear down the narrative of Canelo's brilliance piece by piece. Crawford knows the odds and he's embracing every bit of the underdog smoke, and that